To me, customer obsession is all about getting really, really up close and personal with the customer and taking away the boundary that always and more often exists between us and the customer, especially through technology. So really focusing on who the customer is, what the customer is looking for, and how we as a business can deliver value for the customer.
I think it's across the full end-to-end sales cycle, so it's not just when you're initially engaging with a customer, but it could be from awareness activity that you do, whether that's online or face-to-face, right through to when you're actually working with that client once you've won a piece of business. So I think it's the full end-to-end sales cycle, and I don't think it's kind of a definitive point in time.
It's about ensuring that every single person in the organisation is focused on the customer and what that customer is looking for. It's about putting the customer at the centre of everything that we do. And it's only by having everybody engaged through the process that we're able to really deliver the outcomes that our clients are looking for.
Because B2B is sometimes so dry and removed, it's critically important to find a way back to that immediacy of human interaction.
I think clients are getting a lot more savvy. People are acting more, how you would do in a normal day-to-day life in terms of from a consumer perspective. And because consumer brands are out there giving instant responses, people in a B2B environment are now expecting instant responses back, but we're not. Myself and other organisations similar to us are not necessarily geared up in that way, so we are absolutely having to adapt how we respond to our customers.
The first thing is to really research the clients that we're working with, understand their business priorities, and really drive and strive towards solving some of those problems. So it's about engagement, and it's about understanding that from a data perspective. Once we've got those data points, we're then able to put a proposition forward which will resonate with their customer.
If I talk about it from a marketing perspective, we've really invested heavily into a client insight function within marketing. So we've invested in not only resources but the tools to enable us to really help to listen more to our clients. And it also includes things like people spending more time with clients as well. So we have a real mantra in our team that the marketing team are out there talking and networking with clients and bringing that back in-house to really help inform how we're actually working with those customers, how we're using them in campaigns.
It's interesting because it does not only play a role in the marketing strategy, it plays a role in the strategy for the company as a whole. So one of our key pillars in the company strategy for 2019 is customer obsession, customer centricity. And so the marketing strategy obviously picks that up, but it's an initiative at the level of the entire company. We've seen so much success in shaping the product in a way that is best for the customer that we're taking all of these initiatives and we've turned them into just a long-term process of how we work. So less of an point-in-time initiative and more of trying to move elements that we see working from that strategy around customer obsession and pulling them into our everyday work processes.
So it's really about understanding what the end customer is looking for and what the engagement model is. Once you understand that delight that they're looking for, then it's much easier to be able to re-engineer the processes, the technology, and the skills that the people need in order to be able to deliver that delight.
The recent campaign that we've run, they basically came back to us and said, this is really fantastic. Although we're not quite ready to work with you on this piece of work, we didn't realise the full breadth of the capabilities that you actually have as an organisation. But by listening to the requirements that they had, working on the campaign messaging, they've now almost got more open eyes to what we can really deliver as an organisation and the full breadth of capability that we have.
We got in a room with the customers, our design people, our product and engineering people, our marketing people, And we did these co-creation sessions where we looked at specific challenges that the customer had and said, all right, let's right now figure out how would we do this, right? Like draw this up. And you could see how the customers were becoming animated, right? Like they were leaning in, they were writing stuff down, they were showing us pictures of what they thought, and it created this live interaction where, there was this whole vibe to the room, and people got excited. And so we try to bring that into the product as much as we could and really take those customer insights and build them directly into what we were doing.
I think you've got to have the facts to back up what it is that you're looking to do. So I think the client research that we've just done has now enabled us to say, we knew that we had an issue around where we're coming up on kind of organic search online. If I look at it compared to our competitors, we're a lot lower down on some of the areas that we really want to be famous for. And by doing this research, we've now had almost the right and the justification to say, look, what we've been saying for a while is right, and we really need to act on it now because our clients are telling us we've got to act on this now. So I think it's almost using, listening to your clients, taking that feedback, and almost using it as facts and business justification to be able to say, here we go, this is what we need to do.
Critically important, the numbers and the data, because ultimately a one-on-one relationship doesn't scale, yet as a business I have hundreds of thousands of customers. So I need to make sure that they get a good experience. And to make that work without the human in the middle, I need the data to be able to smartly automate their interaction on the way to the customer, the personal customer interaction, one-to-one with someone on our team.
A recent example we've got of a campaign that we've run is that we've actually, as soon as we've worked on that messaging, we've actually engaged with our clients to test the messaging before rolling that out across the wider kind of client base. And that's been really useful and really insightful to how we're now doing the campaign, because it's helped to inform and kind of change some of the ways in which we were going to approach it. So we're now using different channels as well to really engage with our client base based on the feedback that we've had through.
Customer obsession is a perfect combination between science and empathy, purely and simply because you need to have the data points in order to be able to understand how the client is feeling, how they feel, behave and act. Once you bring those two things together, the science and the empathy points, then it's much easier to be able to deliver a proposition which resonates with the client.